What up, y'all? Today we're gonna go over one of my most passionate topics when it comes to fitness, building big arms. This especially pertains to men, but women, there's nothing wrong with having strong arms. So the exercises I'm gonna show you today are implemented around the idea of building bigger and stronger arms, but also improving shoulder mobility. So the first thing we need is to find somebody with small arms. Oh, hey Ben, can you join my video?
Sure. Yeah, what are you doing?
We're going over arm exercises.
What? Why do you need me? You doing some...
No reason, I just
else,
want your opinion. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fitness expert Jeremiah Kruger.
And I'm Dr. Ben Quist.
And today I'm going to show you my 4 favorite exercises for my arms. I keep these locked in a secret vault, so nobody really knows about them. You might know a few, but there's 2 or 3 in this that I guarantee you've never seen before. The reason I picked these 4 exercises is for 2 principles: the stretch principle and the squeeze principle. When we hop into this a little bit more, I'll explain how those 2 interplay so well. Let's get into it. All right, here are your 4 arm exercises you're going to do today. Tricep exercise number 1 is tricep overhead extension. Number 2 is behind the back tricep press down. Number 3 is your shoulder extension bicep curl. And number 4 is your preacher curl. On my left side here, we got our stretch exercises. And on my right, we got our squeeze exercises. Let's talk about why that matters. All right, so let's first talk about stretch and why that matters so much. The main reason that stretch matters is mechanical tension. And we know from a physics point of view or a biomechanics point of view, long lever lengths, long joint angles creates a lot of mechanical tension. A lot of mechanical tension on muscles is one of the best ways to get your muscles to adapt and respond to it. Basically, stress under stretch is going to cause muscles to grow. Long story short, if you put your muscles under stretch with some weight, they're going to adapt and respond, and you're going to like the results you get. On this side, we got squeeze. The reason squeeze matters so much is because of how our muscles contract. I'll skip past the science of it, but basically, muscles have little fibers that pass by each other, and the farther you can make them pass by each other, the more range of motion you unlock, and the larger stimulus you can put on your muscle to invoke growing and getting stronger. Now, when you take these 2 principles and put them together, you're getting very complementary benefits from both different joint angles and mechanical tension principles on the muscles. Long story short, if you put these 2 ideas together, you're going to see some results that you like when you work out. Okay, so our first exercise for stretching is our tricep stretch, the tricep overhead extension. This is a stretch because we're in shoulder flexion and then elbow flexion when he lowers his thumbs down. The main things to pay attention to is that when you lower your thumbs down, we're stretching the muscle. That's where there's high mechanical tension. And then when you press up, you're extending the elbow, pushing your pinkies up to the sky. Great exercise. All right, so the second exercise is the squeeze exercise for the biceps. We are in shoulder flexion and elbow flexion. We also have palms supinated to shorten the bicep even more. Basically, you can't make it shorter than this besides maybe reaching up overhead and doing a pull-up. That's another good option. For right now, just out of convenience, you just use the cable pulley. You're going to keep using it for the bicep exercise. So if you're able to squat down this deep, you absolutely can. Another way to do it maybe is sitting down and placing your elbows on your knees. Otherwise, there's a whole bunch of other machines like a preacher curl that you could use. The main thing to pay attention to here is that you are pulling your palm to your shoulder, flexing at the bicep. There's a mind-muscle connection required here to really isolate the bicep, where I want to pull my palm all the way to my shoulder. I want to think about pulling with my bicep, squeezing as much as you can. Great exercise. Okay, so exercise number 1 is the squeeze for triceps. It's a squeeze exercise because we are in shoulder extension and elbow extension, double extension at the tricep. All right, so the way to scale this exercise from a flexibility standpoint is where you're going to anchor it. The higher you anchor it, the more flexibility you need in your shoulders, meaning your hands are going to pull up higher. You got to have more flexible shoulders. If I have less flexible shoulders, I can just lower the anchor point and I don't have to have my hands go up as high. From a safety component, the number 1 thing that matters is making sure that our shoulders are back and down in that shoulder blade neutral position. Otherwise, you're going to put some undue stress on your shoulder that you really don't want to have. Otherwise, from any other standpoint, you look at this exercise, it's a regular old tricep press down. It's just behind your back. It's a great exercise. All right, so the final stretch exercise is again for the biceps. We are in shoulder extension and elbow extension, meaning the biceps are now under high mechanical tension because they're being stretched. Complicated exercise, but it is really, really effective, and there's one small thing I'm going to add in at the end here to make it make more sense. So all that matters to me here is that I keep shoulder extension as far back as I can, but a good shoulder position, meaning shoulders back and down. When my arms are as far back as I can get, that's where I'm stretching. From there, I'm going to pull my thumbs up and try to touch my shoulder blades. At some point, you might have done enough reps where you can no longer pull it all the way to your shoulder blades. And this is where the magic happens. You're going to do stretch partials, where you're not going to pull all the way intentionally. You're going to go full stretch to a little bit, full stretch to a little bit. And each time that rep might get smaller and smaller, but because of how mechanical tension plays such a major role on a stretched muscle, you're going to get so much more out of these garbage reps right here that this is really where the magic happens. All right, y'all, there are the 4 exercises. Man, Ben, your arms are looking good.
I feel like my arms are bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working. It's working. One quick thing to note, just from a physical therapist perspective on these exercises, any of the ones where you have your hands behind your back, it is extremely important that you retract the shoulders and pull them down for those, just so that you keep those areas safe and you don't injure them. You definitely do not want to be doing those with those shoulders forward in a protracted position. But otherwise, they're great exercises.
And the idea of the stretch and squeeze applies to every muscle group and a whole lot more exercises. So if you like the idea and you want more videos on that, but you don't want these exercises, comment below and we can make a video on different exercises for arms or different muscle groups altogether.
That's a great point. And if you want to create a stretch on any muscle, you just reverse all the muscles' actions, you know, and then start from that starting position.
Yep.
So
It's very cool.
yeah, we'll have to do one. That'll be great. Okay, well, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys soon.
Like and subscribe. Have a good day.